The American Civil War started in 1861. The president at the time was Abraham Lincoln. Alright guys, welcome into Such Time Coins and Collectibles. I'm about to change the channel up because I'm having trouble in my position I'm in. But the reason I started this off like that is because this is a topic that's going to really be touchy. And there's a good possibility that as you look around, we are seeing what could be America being on the brink of a civil war. Now, I want to explain why I think this and go into topics as to why, I feel like we are. I just feel like we are. Um, Now, if I haven't been really relevant on the channel as much, I'm trying to produce more videos out and put more videos onto the channel just so you guys understand why, what I'm going through and all that. That's a little bit of a, just showing you guys what it's like here and all that. Now, I'm not going to use this video to show my face though, but I am going to eventually show my face again. But for now, I wanted to go into a lot of the reasons why I think this may be happening. And so let's just break it down and explain why I think it might be happening, okay? So, the high level of racism we're experiencing from groups of people who are actually not supposed to be racist, but we're seeing it come from people who have, it's been high the past few years. And I myself have nearly came to a near-death experience due to that form of hatred towards people. From another individual, more of the darker skin tone. But I've experienced it from many different people. Not only that kind of person, but just about everybody has condemned me for being an American that's white. And this has become a huge problem within America. And this needs to be brought up because, me being in a position now, I'm starting to be concerned, I'm starting to think something big is happening. And not only that, but if you take a look at the dating pool, most women are not dating white men anymore. They're dating white women are dating more men outside of their own kind, and it's disturbing how white men are not being bothered with anymore as a whole, and we're not, we're not really dating anymore our own kind, and it's just really disturbing because I, as a guy who, years and years was dating, I was dating a good bit until one point in time, it just stopped, and I don't know why this is. And I'm highly convinced that the racism towards white people has become a thing, especially white men, for dating. Now, don't get offended by that, but if you are offended by that, I'm not apologizing. It's the truth. All right? I also want to state how, if you take notice, there's an extreme amount of foreigners entering the country. Now, if you take notice, a lot of them are not speaking the English language anymore. They're mixing the English language up with another native tongue from another country. And in the Bible, it states that, when foreigners enter the United States or your nation, they're supposed to become wealthy. And that is another reason why I think we're on to the verge and brink of civil war. It's pretty obvious that the American people are struggling right now, and the foreigners keep getting what they want. If you're not doing something on social media making money, then chances are you as an American, you're gonna struggle because that's just the state we're in right now, where the American white man particularly, has a very limited chance at getting a job now. And I've seen that recently, and it's been talks about on social media how Indian people are coming over and taking the American jobs along with everybody else that's in the world. There are a few actual Americans that I know that are from other nationalities, but they were born here, and they're even saying they see a struggle themselves. And this whole like job thing isn't exactly directed towards white males, but as a white male, it's a higher ratio compared to the rest of everybody, and that's where the problem lies. And for years and years, I remember people calling the white man lazy, even though we're not lazy. We've been one of the hardest working men. In fact, we built this entire country in blue jeans and t-shirts, and we still haven't become lazy because back in the 90s, we were driving trucks. We were we were still building buildings. We were doing construction, and then everybody else took over our job and started calling us lazy. And the reality of the truth is, we were not lazy. We just got taken over by a bunch of foreigners and a bunch of people that came into the country. And that's where the problem lies, is we're seeing a lot of that go on. And we're also seeing, you know, I'm trying to figure out, I think there's one more thing that I could go over that just proves we're on the brink of civil war. But if you look at social media, you start seeing more and more incidents happen, more and more problems happen, and more of everything just happening. And as this election ended and we got a new president, I all of a sudden became homeless. Why is the rise of homelessness happening to the American men? Why is that happening? Again, I'm convinced that there's civil war brewing and coming about. And I said this. I said, I feel like, and I said this to somebody the other day that is on the streets with me, and I went to Dallas for my own purposes to see what it's like. But I stated to somebody out there that is in my position that I think that we are and he was a white American too, but I was like, I think we're being trained for something. I'm not necessarily sure, but that underline was the train of thought I had, because the way they treat the people in certain cities that are down and out on the streets, they get treated with some high level of disrespect. Like I know myself, I don't get treated with as high level of disrespect, but I still catch a full amount of disrespect, especially when I go into, like, grab a fork from a restaurant that's supposed to be free. I had a guy literally tell me the other day, I can't go in there and touch anything. And then you can't sit inside when it's cold out. So you have to sit there and tolerate the cold weather, which I've been doing lately, but it sucks. So, as a general, I think America is on the brink of a civil war. It's just, you can feel the buildup happening. You can see it in the social media. And, with Trump's inauguration coming up, we don't know what's about to happen. I mean, it could by far just get worse. And the people that are homeless, I do feel like we're all in this because we're being trained for something that isn't naturally our fault. And we're just here, and they want to probably try to send us to war or get rid of us because they don't want us here. And that's just how I feel. I feel like something big is about to happen, and I feel like there's a war going to erupt really soon. And brace yourself, because things are going to get worse. We might see we might see less food. We might, just remember, if anything happens, war is not fun, and we don't want war to happen, but there's a good chance it may happen. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, today, I want you guys to start thinking about, and I want you guys to start praying. But not only praying, I want you guys to start realizing that there is a lot of bad stuff happening to really, really good people that don't naturally deserve it, and we don't need this to keep happening. We don't need foreigners coming over and taking the jobs. We need people to start being nicer to each other. And women, you need to stop only dating outside your own kind. White women have caused a big problem here because they're the ones trying to force the gene pool out and get rid of the gene pool of the white American, and it's a big problem. And I'm directing this at white women because I specifically see you women take the side of the man with the darker skin over the man with the lighter skin, and this needs to be stopped. This is becoming really, really bad. And you know what's going to happen? When that civil war comes and you're found out, you're going to be done. Because I myself, as a white guy, I'm not going to put up with that. Period. So change your ways. America, we need to fix ourselves before this gets worse. And I want everybody to understand that this is not going to be fun. This is a problem that gets worse and worse. And I'm not the only one seeing it. There's a bunch of people seeing it get worse. And once Trump gets inaugurated, we'll have the decision what's going to happen. But I have a feeling we're on the brink of civil war. And and if not that, I have a feeling a bunch of people are about to get deported into another country because they're not belonging here. And that's just my statement. So if I offended you for this, not trying to, I just want you guys to listen to this and have you guys understand that I'm, I'm the witness of really, really bad things happening to me just because of my race. So let that sink in, and you have a good day, and I hope you understand this, and I hope you understand I'm not being hateful or anything here, but we really, really need peace in this nation, and we need to seek Jesus Christ and God before this gets worse. And the only person that can fix it isn't naturally Trump or a government, but Jesus Christ. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take it easy. God bless you.